Hey everyone, MajinBird here, and today we'll be talking about actually one of the most interesting topics I've seen done in anime, taking two of the main gods in a popular series and swapping their main fights. My favorite one I've seen so far is Sasuke fighting Pain and Naruto fighting Itachi. Today, however, we will be talking about what if Goku and Vegeta swap fights in Dragon Ball Z. In the future, if you guys like this type of content, I will also do Dragon Ball Super and GT, just leave a comment below. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Just to briefly talk about Dragon Ball, Kid Vegeta pretty much solos the entire series. King Piccolo, the Red Ribbon Army, anyone in the Budokai tournaments would fold in the face of this Vegeta pretty easily. Even as a kid, Vegeta was much stronger than his father King Vegeta, and he could easily destroy planets with the flick of his wrist. We also see Vegeta easily dealing with Cybermen who all should be stronger than Raditz, or at least around his level. The only person who could give Kid Vegeta a problem would be Devilman, if he could hit him with his beam attack, since it should have at least 1 ounce of evil inside it. Goku, however, would struggle with Vegeta's childhood life, mainly because of his basic training he received on Earth, and how he would struggle with the times 10 gravity on planet Vegeta. And it's important to remember that Goku's childhood is the main reason for how he is the man he is today. However, knowing Goku, he would train and do much better over time, however struggle nonetheless, especially if he came across an alien as strong as a Cyberman or something like that, which could be bad for Kid Goku for sure. Now, moving on to Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta and Piccolo versus Raditz. In this case, Vegeta doesn't actually need the Piccolo help that Goku did. In fact, he would probably just slow him down. Vegeta with the power level of 18,000 would easily dispose of Raditz. Goku versus aliens. If Goku had to fight aliens in space at this point in the series, I think he would do better than as a kid for sure. However, if he runs into any planets with extreme gravity or Cybermen level threat, then he's out of there. Vegeta versus Snake Queen. She gets done worse than Raditz pretty much. Vegeta just swipes his hand and she's toast. Now, Goku versus Vegeta is a little fun. Of course they fought already and we know how that goes. But Goku having to fight Vegeta, Gohan, and Krillin and Yajirobe, just like Vegeta did, would be pretty fun to see. And despite the beating Vegeta did endure, I think Goku would have done far worse fighting Vegeta. Especially with Gohan, Krillin, and Yajirobe giving him a hard time as well. He'd have to deal with that, plus Destructo Disc, Gohan's Rage Amps, possibly Grade 8, and Yajirobe's Sword Slice. In all honesty, I think it would just be a little overwhelming for the Saiyan. Now, moving on to Planet Namek, we put Goku in a bit of a Mortal Kombat situation here, and the question is, can Goku go to the unstoppable run Vegeta did back then? And I think the answer is yes, just maybe not so easily, and here's why. Goku vs. Qiui, Dodoria, Zarbon, and some Frieza soldiers can go 2 different ways. Since we know that Goku got a Zenkai, but we don't know how much it was, here's what we do. We can either give him the 90,000 power level that he had when he was training on his way to Namek, which is a bit of a slaughter, or we can give him a power level of 1500 and give him the same 6,000 boost to his Zenkai that Vegeta got. Since we don't actually know how much his Zenkai boost was, but either way, with the help of his Kaioken, he should be able to handle them pretty easily, just not receiving many boosts in between fights like Vegeta did. Now, the next fight was actually supposed to happen probably, but Vegeta bailed. Goku vs. Jace and Vegeta vs. Captain Ginyu. Goku beats Jace pretty easily, since originally they were supposed to fight, but since he was scared of Goku, he got Captain Ginyu to help, which pretty much tells us how that fight would have went. As for Vegeta though, I don't think he'll actually do so well. Let's say he was as strong as he was in the fight against First Form Frieza. He's more powerful than Captain Ginyu for sure, but he probably gets body changed anyway, just like he does in the original series. For some reason, Ginyu's body change seems to happen pretty fast, and only Goku was able to react to it both times, so it's a good chance he'd be hit by it. Now, Goku vs. First, Second, and Third Form Frieza goes pretty bad for the Emperor, unless we use Goku with the 90,000 power level, in which case Kaioken times 10 Goku would effortlessly beat First Form Frieza, unless you think that Goku could use Kaioken times 20 at this point in the series, in which case he should fare well against First and Second Form Frieza, capping at the Third Form I'd say. If we give his power level of 3 million as when he came out of the healing chamber, he would just straight up bully Frieza here, and this would be an equal stomp, kinda like how Kid Vegeta solo Dragon Ball, just no debate here. And that would pretty much conclude the Frieza saga. Now, moving on to the Android saga. We have Vegeta versus aliens, or whatever Goku had to encounter in space during his Yardrat training, which at this point in the series, Vegeta should be able to handle just about everything out there. And we can say the same for Goku. When Vegeta was out in space and looking for Goku, he was fighting a lot of Frieza soldiers, but they should be easily defeated by Goku, so nothing here. Vegeta vs. Mecha Frieza and King Cold, however, goes very differently. In the hot timeline, Goku is the one who has to save everyone from Frieza returning, so Vegeta would have to fight a stronger Frieza and King Cold, who should at the very least be relative to him. We've seen how Vegeta vs. Frieza went, so yeah, he gets beat pretty bad here. Even with help from the Sea Fighters, it just wouldn't go very well in his favor at all. The next fight will be Vegeta vs. Trunks instead of Goku, and since Trunks is stronger than both Frieza and King Cold, yeah. Goku vs. Android 18. Now, according to most, and possibly even Goku himself, he should lose this fight. Evidence for this can start as early as Piccolo stating that Vegeta was stronger, and since he's been training with Goku for 3 years, he should have an accurate gauge of Goku's power. Goku also states that when he's out of his coma, that if Vegeta couldn't beat the androids, he can't either. So, logically, 18 should win. However, when Goku first woke up from the heart virus and goes to save Tien and Piccolo from semi-perfect Cell, Cell wasn't able to hit Goku in the final moment before he escapes, or barely keep up with his speed. Cell even says to himself that he won't allow Goku to escape and rushes at him, just for Goku to vanish away in an instant. Now many people say that this was Goku using instant transmission, and I don't have a problem with that. All it would mean at this time is that Goku can use it without using his finger. Regardless, however, that type of speed would be hard for anyone to deal with, especially Android 18, who is much slower than semi-perfect Cell. So if you granted Goku this in a fight with Android 18, I would say it could be interesting, but not to make this video any longer than it already will be, we'll just say that 18 wins. But you can make arguments for it in the comment section below, and I'll be there to read them. Goku vs semi-perfect Cell goes pretty bad for Goku. In this case, his speed won't be able to save him from Cell's power, and we know that when Cell is desperate, he would destroy the Earth as a win condition. So nothing Goku can do here would grant him the win. Now moving on to Vegeta vs Perfect Cell during the Cell games. Vegeta doesn't beat Cell at all, in fact he does much worse than Goku. If you ask me, I think Cell actually holds a grudge towards Vegeta, since he gave Goku and Trunks a good fight, but he made sure he made an example out of him. So it's possible Cell just shows Vegeta right from the start what's up, but if he treats him like he did Goku, Vegeta should do as good as him, at least right up until Goku shows his full power, since Vegeta at that point questioned how Goku even got as strong as he did. He also says later that Goku and now his son has surpassed him. And that concludes the Cell saga. Vegeta vs Pikkon. This is a bit of a weird one. When Goku fought Pikkon, it's hard to say how long ago from Cell this was. Since Goku didn't go Super Saiyan 2 during his fight, I think it's fair to say that Vegeta doesn't have it either, so this one will go to Pikkon. However, if we use Start of the Buu Saga Vegeta, he should be able to deal with Pikkon pretty easily. Now, moving on to the Buu Saga. We have Goku vs Pui and Vegeta vs Yakone, pretty much a similar situation as in canon. They both will easily dispose of Babidi's henchmen. Now, this next fight is very brief, but when Goku did revive, he engaged in combat with Buu tanks for quite a bit. If we replace him with Vegeta here, I suppose it is possible he would die, since this version of Buu would be a lot for him to handle. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is having a bit of a hard time himself, though Vegeta is shown to be very resilient and takes damage from even Buuhan before, so possibly he can survive long enough for Buu tanks to defuse. But other than that, Goku and Vegeta pretty much fight Buu the entire time until he's beaten. But for a bonus, we could do End of Z Vegeta and 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗚. Hypothetically, if 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗚 was as strong as Kid Buu, even in the state that he was fighting Goku in, he should be a formidable opponent. Now this fight can go two different ways depending on how you look at it. If we add Dragon Ball Super into this fight, it might change the dynamics. In the original, Vegeta and Goku found it impressive for 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗚 to contain power that was similar to Kid Buu. I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that this is a great reaction from them. Now if it's from curiosity or fear, that's a different question. This is Goku and Vegeta 10 years after the Buu Saga. Give them all the crazy power-ups they acquired in Super and Vegeta would surely beat 𝗕𝗥𝗔𝗚, I think, in my opinion. But if Super isn't included, the fight will probably be closer than you think. It's hard to say if Vegeta trained during those 10 years, though more than likely he did, since GC was intended to be a continuation of Z and he clearly got stronger since then. Vegeta also said he would never fight again and pushed himself for 7 years straight right after, so more than likely he's been training. Would it be enough to surpass Kid Buu though is the question. This is a bit hard for me to answer. Vegeta is no doubt a prodigy and works extremely hard, though we've seen him train for long periods of time and not really improve dramatically. I'm gonna let you guys decide the winner of this one in the comment section below. In addition to that, let me know if you guys like this type of content and would be interested in me making other versions of this video, such as GT, Super, or possibly even movies as well. Until next time, guys. Oh, you're still there. Well,
hello there.
If you're still watching at this point in the video, it's for two possible reasons. Either A, you're a die-hard MajinBird fan, or B, you're the type of person who likes to see things through to the end. Either way, you're my type of viewer, those I feel I can truly connect with. That said, let me tell you how things go down over here on MajinBird. I love Dragon Ball, so you see me making all kinds of Dragon Ball content on this channel. This can range from what-if theories, explanations, and my personal takes. These different topics are sorted by thumbnail or title. If the video says what if, then that's what it is. Look for a thumbnail that looks like fan art. What ifs will mainly be uploaded to the Patreon. There you'll find all kinds of what if theories very soon. I usually post episode 1 on the channel, but the continuation will be on Patreon. If the video title asks a question, it's usually a take of mine, me giving an opinion about a specific topic or idea. In videos with thumbnails like this, white border, or explanation videos, look there to learn something new or revisit older topics you enjoy hearing. Make sense so far? The last thing I want to tell you guys is about the official Discord, Dragon Ball HQ. Here, I'd like to build a wholesome community of Dragon Ball fans where we can discuss the miracle that is Dragon Ball. See you there.